Hello all. Piccadilly Press presents Max Magic, written by me, Stephen Mulhern, with Tom Easton, and read by yours truly, Stephen Mulhern. Now, first of all, I hope you enjoy this story, and secondly, make sure you stick around at the end, because I'll be revealing some all-important tricks that you can do on all your friends and family. Hello to every young person who is about to hear my first ever book. Thank you so much. I also just want to say to you, please never stop believing in yourself and always remember anything is possible. I've had some of the biggest mountains to climb, and a lot of people have said things were not possible when I knew they were. Nobody can ever stop your dreams coming true, so don't ever let them try. Chapter 1. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I've always thought that. There are too many people in the world who want to say no. People who want to stop you doing the things that you dream about. People who tell you that you can't be successful if you don't talk posh, or that you'll never get anywhere if you're no good at school, or that you'll never reach your dreams however hard you try. I've always believed that anything is possible no matter how hard things are. I've also always believed in real magic, making the impossible possible. I've seen things and done things that are unbelievable. In many ways, I'm just an ordinary kid with an ordinary life in an ordinary world. But there is something special about me too. Something different, something extraordinary. And if you listen on, I'll tell you about it. About how it all started and how it all ended up. Let's start at the beginning. I'm Max Mullers. Sometimes people call me Max Magic. One day I hope they'll call me Max the Magnificent, but I'm not quite there yet. I live with my mum, my dad, my brothers, Chris and Vinny, and my sister Susie in a little terraced house on a busy square in East London. It's crowded and noisy and full of life, and I love it. The Mullers like to talk. In fact, we never shut up. Dad works a toy stall in the market, and he keeps up his patter 24 hours a day. He's a proper Cockney geezer. He wears a waistcoat and looks like a cross between Bradley Walsh and Harry Redknapp. Mum likes a chat too. She works on the phones at the local hospital and knows everyone in the neighbourhood. She's always there with a bit of advice and a word of support. Vinny loves his football, our family, and Major Drumstick's fried chicken, in that order. And he'll talk your ear off about all three if you let him. Chris is the mechanic of the family. He's always pulling things apart and putting them back together again, and he'll give you a running commentary while he's doing it, even though it's all gobbledygook to the rest of us. As for my sister, well, the only time Susie isn't talking on the phone is when she's asleep, and sometimes she even talks in her sleep. Susie is well into her beauty treatments and gives great massages. She works in a salon and keeps up the chat in there 24/7. Even my dog Lucky likes to get involved in the nattering. He's old and doesn't bark a lot, but he's always yowling and whining and ruffling and grumbling. I often think he's genuinely trying to talk to me. I'd love to know what he was saying. Probably, feed me. And me? Well, I'm not too bad at the old rabbiting myself. My teacher used to give me detentions because I'd always be talking in class, but after a while she gave up and told me it's all just background noise to her now. Like traffic or birds. Well, you've got to be able to talk a bit, don't you, if you're going to be in showbiz. And I am going to be in showbiz. One day, when I'm Max the Magnificent, I'll invent a magic trick so extraordinary that they'll put it in the Museum of Magic in Paris, just next to the enormous statue of me. That's the plan anyway. Don't know what the trick is going to be yet, but it will be unbelievable. The most important thing to know about me is that I've always loved magic. It runs in our family. Gran and Grandpa were stage magicians back in the day. I'll tell you more about them later. The point is, Gran taught Dad loads of tricks when he was little. She says he's always had a real gift for magic and that he could have been one of the greats. But for some reason, he didn't follow in her footsteps. He never went on stage at all. I guess he was more interested in selling stuff. He was still pretty good, and he'd always get out his tricks at parties or Christmas and often used his skills to help him sell toys on the stall. And when I was old enough, Dad started teaching me. The first trick he showed me was how to palm a coin. Now, a magician isn't supposed to reveal the tricks behind magic, but you seem to be pretty trustworthy, so I'll tell you how to do it, if you promise to keep it to yourself. It works best with a biggish coin, like a £2 piece.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?